a minute, but I'm sure you had him sweating balls.
Oh, I made him bring out his Bruce Lee.
Exactly. You beat him so quickly he immediately swapped off.
He thought it was going to be easy. It wasn't that easy. And then it was easy.
Thanks for joining us on the desk. I'm sure I'll have you back on later to talk some more shit. Welcome back to the desk. Obviously, in the round of, in winners round 2 with Ubernugget versus Bill Burnouts, how do you feel that your losers bracket match went?
Round 2. Fight.
Fucking there. Mentally untouchable. Are you there?
Yo, what's going on, man?
Not much. I wanted to get your opinion on how the matches have been going so far. I'm sure there's been some upsets to your predictions.
Yeah, there's a few upsets. Mainly just Buddy. I thought Buddy was going to take it over Jordan, to be true.
Although I will say I was very impressed. He managed to keep a really nice close game with his Dragunov, and I know that Jordan had only put a few hours into the Dragunov today, but I still think it's impressive the progress that Buddy has made, considering like how long he's been playing and how long Jordan's been playing the game.
Yeah, of course. I was a bit disappointed that Jordan beat Buddy in the first round because I wanted to be the one to send him to the loser.
That's fair enough.
It is what it is, man. It is what it is.
It is. How are your predictions now going forward? Who do you think are the people to watch out for? Who do you think?
Oh, definitely Bluey. Definitely Bluey. He's the dark horse. I think he's seeded 6 by me, but
I think he's like 5th or 6th.
He's top 3.
Yeah, I definitely think he's definitely shown some much better qualities. Like definitely in some of your matches with Katarina, one of his simple combo strings managed to take half of your health, making him like a very dangerous opponent to have to deal with. But it's interesting because we've just seen Bill Burnouts, despite losing the first match, actually managed to take a round off of our reigning champion. So definitely, I'm not looking forward to potentially having to verse him again in the losers bracket. Definitely is a difficult opponent for me because his character does a great job of mixing up highs and lows, and I'm having a bit of problems with the timing of blocking and trying to parry the lows, so it can make it a bit difficult. But I'm very impressed with his performance this week compared to last week. In fact, he's just taken the first round off of Nugget, so it'll be interesting to see if he can, how far he'll make it in this tournament. I definitely think he'll make it further than he did last week.
I mean, isn't he already further? Didn't he get straight out last week?
I think so. So it's very interesting to see.
Yeah, I remember I versed him in the first round last, and took it easy on him, but I still got the 2 wins. But he's doing really well.
Yeah, what do you think about Nugget's performance so far? I think he's looking really strong out of the gates this tournament. Definitely a lot more refined than last week. I'm not impressed
by his performance, to be honest. He's put away Darnell, which is the 8th seed. He's had the game for a day, probably had about 3 hours practice. It's not too impressive. But now he's beating Levon again. I don't know. I'm not impressed by his performance at all.
That's fair. I think more of what I'm focusing on is I think he's in the last tournament he was still trying to find a lot of moves that and combinations that really worked for him, but he's now he already has those in his brain. I feel like his gameplay is just more solid, but I can agree that he hasn't done anything. He hasn't versed any particularly strong opponents so far, so it is difficult to really gauge how much he's improved and how he's realistically doing. And he's still got that first match.